Hey guys, Justin Conroy, Financial Dad here, and today I want to talk through some of the foundational principles of personal finance. In other words, personal finance basics for beginners. Because honestly, sometimes even if you're really good at something, you just need a reminder to get grounded back in reality. If this is your first time here and you want to learn tips, tricks, and hacks related to personal finance, how to build wealth, and how to better manage your money, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. So let's get right into it. Personal finance is something that people usually become interested in when they have two types of problems. You either find yourself asking, why don't I have any money? Or you find yourself asking, what should I do with my extra money? Both of these questions indicate real problems, although one is definitely nicer to have than the other. See, the funny thing about these problems is that they are really two sides of the same coin, and one leads to the other. If you're asking yourself, why don't I have any money? And you're able to truly get down to the root cause of that problem and solve it, you'll immediately have the second problem. What should I do with my extra money? And vice versa, because if you don't do the right things with your extra money, you'll inevitably be asking yourself the first question again. Why don't I have any money? See, because these are two sides of the same coin, the answer to both these questions is basically the same. Some experts will answer in the form of a step-by-step program. Others will present it in the form of a flowchart, but at the end of the day, even if they don't agree on the specific minute details, they're all really saying the same thing. So let's walk through my version of that answer. First, you need to get yourself on a written budget and stick to it. This is first in line because the only way you're ever going to save money is by tracking your income and your spending. Without a written budget, a plan for your money will become the boss of you. It will tell you when it's available, it will tell you what you can and can't do, and it will rule your life. But once you figure out how to make a plan for your money and stick to it, you will become the boss of your money. You will tell your money what to do, and you will tell your money where it'll go. And with that ability in hand, you'll have the power to do everything else I'm going to talk about today. Because without having that power over your money, you won't even be able to start thinking about the other parts of this answer because you'll never get past the problem of why don't I have any money. So let's assume you get yourself on a written budget and you take control of your income and expenses. What's next? The answer is simple. You have to have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up, just sitting there waiting for something bad to happen. This is your buffer, your cushion, your shock absorber. Without it, you're putting yourself and your family at risk because the moment that something comes up, some situation, some hardship, you'll panic because you don't have that cushion. And when people panic about money, they usually resort to borrowing money and going into debt. And this kind of debt is usually the thing that ruins most people's personal finances for a long, long time. I've got a whole video on this topic, which I'll put a link to right up here. So you take control of your money by sticking to a written budget, then you save up a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Good. Now you've at least got some wiggle room if something goes bad in the world. Now what? Easy. Start paying off all that bad debt that you have, i.e. the debt that costs you money, not the debt that makes you money. I'm talking things like credit card balances, payday loans, furniture you financed, personal loans, car loans, you get the picture. Now don't worry about your mortgage or business loans, that's not really what we consider bad debt, because generally speaking, those should be making you money in some form or fashion. Now it's completely your choice whether or not you want to do the Dave Ramsey snowball method or the avalanche method. Honestly, either one of them is fine as long as you stick with them and pay off your bad debt. Personally, I'm in the Dave Ramsey camp on this one. Snowball method is definitely better in most cases in my opinion, but that's a whole nother video. So where are we now? You're on a written budget, you've got your emergency fund, and you've paid off all those bad debts. Sweet! That's the hard part. At this point, you should basically be in the clear as far as staying away from that first side of the coin, the why don't I have any money side. Because at this point, you've become a master of your money. You tell it where to go and what to do. You've told a bunch of it to go chill out over there and protect you from bad times. You've sent a bunch more of it off to win the battle against your debt. And now you've got more money than you know what to do with. At this point, let's make sure that future you never has to worry again. Now it's time to plan for retirement and invest. Investment priorities are this. First thing is your 401k. Make sure you're taking full advantage of your company's matching program. If you don't know what that is, we've got a whole video on that topic right up here. And honestly, I should mention that you should have been doing this all along. I know there's some disagreement out there on this subject, but in my opinion, there's almost no situation in which you shouldn't be getting the full match on your 401k, no matter where you are in your financial journey. It's just not worth passing up that money. Anyway, After your company matched 401k contribution, you'll want to move on to the Roth IRA or your traditional IRA depending on your income. Either way, max the thing out. Once you've done that, go back and put even more money into your 401k until you've devoted enough to ensure wealth in retirement. Video up here. After that, you'll want to get some college funds set up and funded for your kids, and after that, you'll want to pump even more money into your 401k until you hit the limit. Still have some money left over? Most people won't, but if your income is really that big, the next best options for you are traditional brokerage items like bonds, index funds, stocks, even businesses, real estate. It's really up to you at that point. And congratulations on that beast of an income, by the way. Regardless, by now we've solved both problems that we talked about earlier. Why don't I have any money was solved early on with budgeting, emergency funds, and debt elimination, while the second problem, what should I do with my extra money, has been answered all along. You should fully fund your emergency fund, you should eliminate your debt, and you should invest. So with all that being said, how can you be sure that you're actually becoming wealthy? How can you be sure that you're on the right path? Well, be sure to click and watch the video on the screen right now, because it will explain how to calculate your net worth and why you should be tracking it on a regular basis to make sure that you're becoming more and more wealthy as time goes on. Thanks for watching.